to make other people feel their worth. Whatever little you know, you pass it on so it can get bigger than you.
Everyone, welcome to the all new edition of Viral. I'm your host, always, Kenny G, here on Viral as we celebrate the life and legacy of the queen of the cuisine, Leah Chase. Many you may not know who Leah Chase is, many you may know who Leah Chase is, but she is remembered as the person who brought Creole cooking to New Orleans and stuff. And we're going to have a whole bunch of stuff celebrating her life and her legacy. But first things first, you join in the conversation using the hashtag viral here on Connect. Glad you're here. Let's get started with Leah Chase. As Leah Chase was known as the queen of Creole cuisine. She was a pioneer of New Orleans cooking. You know, we know in New Orleans they have beignets, they have shrimp, gumbo, you name it, it's New Orleans flavor. But Leah Chase, when she died at the age of 96 years old, what a long life she lived. Let's look back at her remarkable career. Watch this.
Leah Chase was known all over the world as the queen of Creole cuisine, and this was her palace, Dooky Chase Restaurant in Tremé. The beloved chef reigned over the kitchen of this Orleans Avenue landmark for more than 70 years. And even well past the age of 90, there was no place she would rather be than in this kitchen.
If I wouldn't come in this kitchen every day, I think I would be miserable, and I would be miserable. And my children can't, why not you stay home? Nope, I don't want to stay home. I want to do what I do.
Miss Leah, as nearly everyone called her, was known for telling it like it is. And what a story she had to tell. She was born on 12th night, 1923 in Madisonville. Young Leah Lang was one of 11 children. She came to New Orleans to attend Catholic school, St. Mary's Academy. Her early jobs included working as a waitress in the French Quarter, but little did she know food would be her calling. In 1946, she met and married Edgar Dooky Chase Jr., a musician whose parents had opened a small sandwich shop. Soon, Leah started working in the family business and turned Dooky Chase's into a fine dining restaurant for African Americans, which was unheard of at the time. During the 1950s and 60s, it provided a safe haven for civil rights activists from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Thurgood Marshall to the Freedom Riders.
I fed them gumbo and fried chicken, and they met here. We gave them space to meet. They met here. Nobody ever bothered them in here. Once they hid inside of this door, nobody was going to come in. Never, ever did a policeman come inside of this restaurant. Never.
Later, 2 U.S. presidents would dine at Dooky Chase, George W. Bush and Barack Obama. She called President Bush very kind and said President Obama was brilliant, except for one thing.
So I gave him the gumbo. First thing he does, takes the hot sauce in the gumbo. Mr. Obama, you don't put hot stuff in my gumbo. You don't do that. So I had to reprimand him.
Leah Chase's cookbooks and TV appearances spread Creole cuisine worldwide. Ray Charles even sang about her restaurant in one of his songs.
I went to Dooky Chase to get something to eat. But when she looked at me and said, Ray, you sure look me now.
Even Disney took notice of Leah Chase's star power. The studio's first animated African-American princess, Princess Tiana, was inspired by her incredible life. In 2005, Dooky Chase is filled with 5 feet of floodwater from Hurricane Katrina's levee failures. Volunteers and friends helped the Chase family reopen 2 years later. And both Leah and Dooky Chase kept cooking and hosting customers at the restaurant well into their 80s and 90s. In 2016, some of the food world's biggest stars stood and applauded when Leah Chase earned a Lifetime Achievement Award from the James Beard Foundation. Her acceptance speech was pure Leah Chase.
I tell you, Madisonville, just look at me now. Long ways from a strawberry patch. This gives me courage to keep going for about 10, 12 more years. So I'll be in that kitchen for that.
wow, what an amazing career that Leah Chase had. Leah Chase, you know, served U.S. presidents. She served, you know, people of New Orleans. She helped with the civil rights movement with Dr. Martin Luther King, A.R. Randall, people you know. And she was the inspiration of Disney's Princess of the Frog with Tiana as, you know, that of Leah Chase. What a remarkable legacy that she has left, and an indelible impact that she has brought in the lives of others. And wow, that's amazing. All right, here is an interview a couple years ago where Miss Chase shared her story and about Dookie Chase, about how she met her husband, Dookie, and this inspirational message that she left. Watch this.
15 at age 92. And today she still has that strong work ethic and, of course, a success story to show for it at age 95.
95. Now you're being ugly.
Exactly. Well, welcome, Chef Leah Chase. Thanks so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me here. I'm proud of
Yeah,
it.
I come to your restaurant quite a bit. And whenever I come there, I see you in the back cooking.
That's
you still cook.
I still cook. And, you know, oddly enough, my legs work better in my kitchen than they work anywhere else. I'm too slow getting around, so they put me in this chair so I can move a little faster. But in my kitchen, I use a walker, and I can manage better there.
And you cook for the lunch meals every single day?
Every day I cook for the lunch meals, and then on Friday we have dinner. But I want dinner now on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Okay. Well, that's an order.
That's an order. I like dinners, you know. Lunch, people in a hurry. And I like to serve people. I want them to sit down and have time to eat. And Saturday night particularly, people have more time. You know, they don't work on Sundays.
Right.
They off. So they have time to sit down and have a good meal.
Well, your desire to serve people and your joy in watching people and seeing them eat fine food and fine dining started in the French Quarter when you graduated from high school. You're from Madisonville. You went to New Orleans to live with your aunt, and you worked in a restaurant in the French Quarter and caught the bug. Tell me what that felt like when you were there.
It felt good to me because I was 18 years old, had never been in the inside of a restaurant at that time. It was segregation, and I'm from a small town, didn't have the money anyway. So I didn't get to see anything until this woman, I don't know how she hired me because I didn't know a darn thing. I didn't know one thing, but you're going to laugh at this when I tell you the ad I answered. And this was the time, and you don't go back to the time and see what it sounded like. But the ad said they needed a light-skinned colored girl.
Wow.
Now, I didn't fit that at all. Not light-skinned, but I said, I'll give it a try.
But look how times have changed.
Times change.
Yes.
And it's better now.
Well, but you opened that restaurant in 1946. You and your husband eventually got married and eventually took over his family's business.
Yeah, my mother-in-law started that, and that was a gutsy woman. My mother-in-law was dynamite. And she started that on $600 that she borrowed from a brewery to start that restaurant. And she did that.
And that restaurant became a hallmark, not only for food, but for civil rights. I mean, you had Martin Luther King, you had A. Philip Randolph, you had all the leaders. Tell me what that was like at that time.
Well, you know, when you're doing things like that, you don't think you should document it. You're just doing what you have to do. People say, well, you didn't document that. Well, we didn't have cameras all over the place like they have now. So we just did what we had to do, feed the people, help them out. That was our way to helping them. Well, Dookie did a lot then with the NAACP. He used to go around, get membership in NAACP. But I stayed there in that kitchen and cooked with my mother-in-law.
Well, it's been 2 years in July since your beloved husband, Edgar Dookie Chase, passed away. I saw you that day, and you were in the kitchen. And that's where your comfort comes from, isn't it?
In the kitchen. You know, when my mother died, I was in the kitchen. And I went in the kitchen till we buried her. When Dookie died, I was in the kitchen. Sometimes, you know, maybe they had a lot of tears in the gumbo, but that was what got me over. If I could stay in that kitchen and do things and just do what I have to do, that gets me over a big hump. When I lost my daughter, she died at 1 o'clock in the morning. I had to open up that restaurant at 11. I was there in the kitchen. So it's like medicine for me. It really is. It does something for me. If I stayed home, I would cry all day. And that gets you nowhere. Wow. So you go out, you meet people, you cook for them, you're happy.
Yes. And finally, you know, you've got so many awards and so many accolades for being in that kitchen and doing what you do. What's the one thing you want people to say about Leah Chase that matters?
I just want them to know that I'm trying. You know, we put on this earth to better the earth we live in, to help people up. And those are my daddy had nothing, no education, but he gave us 3 rules to live by: pray, work, and do for others.
Wow. And
that do for others were important to him. Now, we didn't have anything, but we grew our vegetables and grew this. So when they came aboard, we had to say, now first, you go give this to so-and-so, give this to, and we had little children, Mama gotta give them, they sitting on their panty while we.
But you know what? It lasted all these years. And I'm so thankful for you. And thank you so much for coming.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
And I will be working, you know, that's another thing, till the day I die.
Well, we don't want that to come, but you keep working. Thank you.
Keep working.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
Dear.
Well, we're going to head to the Fox 8 kitchen. You got to go there sometime. This is great.
Oh, yeah.
We are decorating some Halloween treats in the Fox 8 kitchen.
As you saw right there, as you can tell, Leah Chase loved her kitchen. You know, she had, you know, a lot of sad memories that she had to deal with, and she would go in her kitchen to repress her memories. And Leah Chase, you know, she wanted to be close to home, so she's close to her in the kitchen, her family, and everything New Orleans. And what a remarkable story that she talked about, how she met her husband, Dookie. And, you know, that message that, you know, you can live by, for example. What an astounding message by an astounding woman known as Leah Chase. Well, political commentator Roland Martin, who's just celebrated Leah Chase, he did one celebration on his show, his daily show, Roland Martin Unfiltered, to celebrate Miss Chase. Well, he did an interview with her 2 years ago and visited Miss Chase in her famed restaurant, Dookie Chase, in this rare gem. Watch this.
Where's the chef of the house? I know she cooking something, because every time I come here, I find her in the kitchen. Where's she at? I'm not looking for her. She ain't that tall, so. Let's see. How you doing? What's going on? How you doing? You all good? What's happening?
Oh, not much.
Where's the lady in the house?
Oh, she's in her kitchen.
Where's her? Well, kitchen this way? Right. Oh, yeah, we're going to her kitchen. She got her own kitchen. All right. Here we go. What's happening?
What's happening?
You know I can't come.
You happening.
You know I can't come to the city and not see you.
Well, I was wondering if you put me down like all the other men.
No, darling. How you doing?
All the other men put me down. You know, when you get old, they put you down.
Well, no, every time I come here, I got to come say, hey.
All right.
I decided to bring the cameras this time.
You always bring your intimidating machine.
They're not intimidating. They're just always there.
They tell the truth.
That's right. That's right. What you got? What you up to?
Everything, man. everything I'm up to. I'm getting ready to make a big pot of gumbo, and
All right.
I cooked my lunch. Got some tomato basil soup over there.
All right. Is this cabbage?
Cabbage.
All right then. One of the few vegetables I actually eat.
Oh no! Don't tell me you eat cabbage.
I eat cabbage. I only eat like 3 of them.
Oh, shame on you! Nothing like a good vegetable.
Well, you know, but see, it is perfect too because I've been on this 10-day green smoothie cleanse for the last 10 days. So it officially ends tomorrow, so I can actually eat real food.
All right.
So y'all timed it to coincide with coming to New Orleans.
All right. But in New Orleans, you know we don't serve calories. You can eat whatever you want. All the rice, all the gumbo, all the fried chicken and baked macaroni, the jambalaya.
Yeah, but then the problem is the clothes you brought, you're not going to be able to fit to wear it to the concert.
Well, whose problem is that? I look like your problem because you got that before you left home. We don't put that.
Oh,
You see? And you see all those nice shoulders. We put that under your belt. We don't like men with big shoulders and with big stomach, and we fed them good.
Well, good. Well, yeah, you got it going here. So what's that? I see some corn and sausage.
Oh, I know you like corn.
I do. So what's that dish called?
That's called makshu, just a little corn makshu.
Right.
You know, that's a Cajun thing.
Okay.
But you know, if you can't beat them, join them.
Right.
So
Right.
we in New Orleans, in the Creole community, we just call that stewed corn. But they say makshu, okay, it's makshu. So
All right then.
and then we have the cabbage,
Right.
a tomato basil soup,
Okay.
and we're gonna give you a lot of fried chicken.
And what my man? What he got going right here?
Turkey necks.
Turkey necks.
Everybody likes a good turkey neck. You know,
And that's what's this here that's raw?
that's chicken gizzards that we're gonna put in the gumbo.
Okay. All right.
You know, you have to have some gizzards in your gumbo.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah, you can't have gumbo. Like first we do the ham shanks in there. You see, I will make that much gumbo.
Right.
That's gonna be about 30 gallons.
Right there. 30 what?
30 gallons.
30 gallons.
Uh-huh.
Now I can't make small pots of gumbo in my house.
You
So
can't?
I can't that little 5-quart pot. I can't. So I have a 20-quart pot. I have 2 40-quart pots, and the 60-quart we had to cook that outside.
Yeah, because you don't have big enough kitchen.
Oh yeah, no, they got to cook that outside with the Bunsen burner.
Yeah. But do you know how to make a gumbo?
You know how to make gumbo?
All right.
Oh my goodness, absolutely.
All right.
And I like mine spicy.
Okay, gumbo is always spicy.
Now we had a fierce fight on Twitter. So comedian David Allen Greer
Yes.
swears that you must put okra in gumbo. Now I told him no, because my grandmother from Opelousas, Louisiana, my grandfather as well. I said the problem with okra you put in gumbo, the okra is slimy. I said so if you want it, you fix it separate, then put it in that bowl, but you don't put it in the big pot.
Well, that all depends on what you're gonna do.
Okay.
Don't go around here telling people okra gumbo is slimy. It is not. It's because you do not know how to cook it.
Well, if it stays, I'm saying like after it's in the pot.
No, it will not. You just gotta slow cook it and cook the okra good.
Okay.
And I cook okra every day, not slimy.
But do you put okra in your gumbo?
Not in this gumbo.
Ah.
But tomorrow I will make that much okra gumbo.
Okay.
So all I will have in that okra gumbo tomorrow is shrimp. And maybe
Okay.
I'll put some crab. But you can make okra gumbo, but okra is a thickener.
Right.
So we don't use that. We use filet, which
Okay,
is the ground sassafras leaf.
Right. See, I use filet. So you
Uh-huh.
and see also I like to keep mine simple. So I use sausage, chicken, shrimp. Now my grandmother used hen.
Of
The
course.
only problem with that hen a little tough.
But it boils in that gumbo, and boy, does it give the flavor.
That's
Your
true.
grandma was right.
Now what my dad does when he makes gumbo, and he taught me this. So he likes some people like to have frozen shrimp because it's make it quicker. But what he does is he also gets the fresh shrimp.
With the heads.
Well, no, what he does is we devein it, take the shells off. We then boil the shells and then take the juice from that and put that in the pot.
That's good. Now, I'll tell you what one thing better that I do, telling him everything, that he'll be running me out of business after a while. I take those shells and those heads put them in a pot with a little butter and let them cook down. Put a little water in them. Then I put them in a blender, shells, everything in a blender. Let them blend, then strain it off. That is like
You blend the heads and the shells,
and then you strain it. You put it in the strainer,
wow.
and then you got powerful flavor there. You can do
No,
that
I haven't tried that.
because you don't know how to cook. Your grandmother knows how to cook, but you don't know how to cook.
My grandmother, God rest her soul, she actually could burn in the kitchen. My grandfather too.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Well, in my neck of the woods, men didn't cook.
Oh no. All the men cook in my family. We don't want women in our kitchen.
Oh, no.
No. My mom taught my dad how to make gumbo and dirty rice. She can't even touch it now. She doesn't even. She does. Oh no, she doesn't even. If my mama cook now, that's a miracle. My dad does all the cooking.
Isn't that wonderful?
That's right.
I think that's a nice thing to men to do, but in my day, men were not allowed in the kitchen.
Oh no.
Go out there, plow the field, dig the ground, do whatever you got to do.
My grandmother had a catering business, so my dad cooked. My brother now runs our family catering business. He's an executive chef in Houston. So I used to cook more, but I'm too busy now. So that way, when I go home,
in Houston,
they do all the cooking.
Nothing in Houston but oxtails.
No. I'm trying to tell you, my daddy. Okay, I'm gonna bring
oxtails and chitlins.
I'm gonna bring my daddy back next time I come, and I'm telling you, you're gonna say,
let him cook with me. I would see how good he can cook.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to That's a bet.
That's a bet.
That's a bet.
Wow, Leah Chase giving Roland Martin, they're talking about old stories, giving him pointers about how to cook with the gumbo and the season, the shrimp head and everything. What something to learn. You take that tidbit of information right there and you can learn from Leah Chase as you can go by as time goes by. I mean, Roland Martin misses her and I kind of do too. You make me want to go to her restaurant even more when I get down to New Orleans one day. Even legendary musician and composer Quincy Jones had this to say about Leah Chase. Watch this.
WNOL, Channel 38, a big TV station down there. Every restaurant I went to, they'd order from Leah Chase, Dookie Chase restaurant first, because they knew I wouldn't eat anything but hers. And she taught me how to make it. And I put a layer of white rice, sauteed soft shell crab on that, and put the gumbo on top of that. She taught me that. She sent me the natural ingredients from the Gulf of Mexico. One of the greatest ladies I've ever known. Forget just a cuisine. You know, she was an activist, big activist. She was something.
Wow, Quincy Jones said he's going to really miss her cooking. And she brought her cooking along in what a phenomenal way that Leah Chase touched everybody with her cooking. And she touched many, including Quincy Jones, who's definitely going to miss her who's going to miss her for eternity. All right. Thank you all for watching Vow this week as we celebrate the life, the career, and the legacy of Miss Leah Chase, the queen of Creole cuisine. Wow, she will be indefinitely missed. All right, before we go, here's what Miss Chase had to say that she would like to be remembered. I've been Kendrick saying so long, and we'll see you next time here on Vow.
I had a legacy to leave on this world. It would be for people to make other people feel their worth. Whatever little you know, you pass it on so it can get bigger than you.